Chat. Hi Sarah, we're recording. Should
Hello.
let you know as well, this all goes to an editor afterwards, so she'll cut out these bits and bobs. So
Ah,
don't worry about pauses or ums and ahs.
okay.
So let's go. How are you today?
I'm really well. How are you?
Good? Yeah, I'm great, thanks. I'm good.
Good.
Really looking forward to diving into season 2 of the podcast for Growth Addicts because season 1 has just come to an end in July. That was the 6th episode. I just did a 6 month stint for
Um,
season 1 to see how it went.
yeah.
So diving into
Um,
season 2, I'm really
well,
excited and
thank you for
very
having me.
excited. You're so welcome. Selfishly so excited for our chat today because I definitely feel a lot has changed in my life since having kids and whatnot. I never know
Yeah.
what to wear and I just throw on the first thing that I've got to hand at times.
Yeah.
The kids are immaculate. We can't all be looking
Yeah.
good at the same time,
Uh-huh.
so
That's a
something's
very
got to
common.
give.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Kids look
I bet.
amazing. Me, not so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, your video's gone a bit kind of pixelated there.
Do you know, and yours did
Um,
the same. It's saying
did
it's
it?
like going 96%, 97%. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
Okay, it's coming up with a message telling me recording is higher quality, so let's just see how we go. I've not had that
So
before, so yeah. Okay,
I,
Riverside's usually quite good.
I can check if I'm connected to the right Wi-Fi. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
double
This
check.
is not very fun for people listening. Apologies.
Oh,
Oh
don't
no,
worry,
I'm
we'll
going to
take this
change.
bit
I'm
out.
going to change my Wi-Fi. I hope I don't get
Okay?
cut off.
If you do, just rejoin. All good.
Are you there?
Oh, that's good, yeah. Yep, Sarah's
Good.
network connection has updated. Oh, that looks better. Okay, grand.
Perfect. Okay, we can edit all that
So,
out.
yes, poor Abby, the editor. Sorry, Abby.
Yay!
um, so where were we? Yeah, I was talking about how selfishly, as since becoming a
Yeah.
mum, it's become
Mhm.
very tricky to know what to wear.
Yeah.
So also the fact that I am brand photographer, that is the roots and foundation of my business, and without a doubt, the first thing all my clients ask when we're getting started is
Yeah.
what will I wear?
What
And
will I
sometimes
wear?
I'm not
Yeah. Totally.
sure. So I've
Yeah.
given out my tips there, but I am
Yeah.
no expert. So it is an absolute pleasure to have you on today, Sarah.
Oh, thank you
So
for having me.
excited to talk about what you offer. So, if you could just tell us a bit about yourself first, please, and how you got in
Yeah.
started in your business, personal stylist. It's quite a fun job, I would imagine, but I'm sure there's
Yeah.
difficult parts to it as well.
Do you know, I absolutely love it, and I feel like I'm not actually going to work and I'm going to work, which I think is very lucky.
Hmm.
So, my job as a personal stylist, first of all, people often think this just for like really rich people or for celebrities,
Hmm.
but in actual fact, it really is for everybody. And it will save you money and time, which is a
We
big
like
thing
that.
in the long
Yes.
run. So I work with men and I work with women. I treat every single person as an individual because everybody has different needs, whether it's like a new mom, it could be somebody who's retired, it could be somebody who's going back into the office. That's a massive one because the workplace has
Hmm.
changed so much.
Hmm.
Um, People have moved from different countries. Scotland has its own
Hmm.
challenges when it comes to climate and dressing for it. And if you come from sunnier climates, that can be very confusing. So I have a whole host of different clients. Everybody is different. And what I do is I do color analysis. So it's finding I do a few different things. Color analysis is finding the colors that really are make the most of you as an individual. So without
Hmm.
having to feel like you have to slap on loads of makeup, try and make
Hmm.
yourself look amazing, the colors can really lift you. And there's a lot of
Gosh, you're just
psychology behind
speaking my language here, Sarah.
it.
Yeah, save you
Um,
time, save you money, don't have to do your makeup. Yep, yep.
yeah. um, and where was I? Sorry.
Sorry, did
Totally
you do
lost
your
me.
colour analysis,
Yes,
amongst
and
other things?
it's really important as well. Colors for I'm going to come back to this, but when
Hmm.
it comes to your brand and your website and everything, that kind of
Hmm.
thing, it's really important. So really helping people find the colors that really suit them and make the most of them as an individual. Then I
Hmm.
also do wardrobe edits, which incorporate color analysis, and that's going through everything you have in your wardrobe, figuring out, is it suitable for your lifestyle? Does it fit you? Is it in good nick? As in, is it covered in baubles? Is it torn? Has it got holes in it?
Hmm.
Has it got stains? can we send it to a tailor to get it fixed, or is it beyond repair? So we go through it all, and then we create outfits from what we have left, and then I look at what we can add to make everything in your wardrobe work harder. Because what you want to do is you want to be able to open your wardrobe in the morning and everything be a possibility. There's nothing worse than saying, well, I can't wear that because that's too big or that's too small. You know, you want everything to be a possibility. And it's also to break the habits of reaching for the same old things over and over again. Because it's very true that we wear 20% of our wardrobe 80% of the time. And actually, what if we just try to wear something different even once a week? You know, what would happen? And quite often people are afraid of what people will think if they turn up wearing a dress. They'll think you look amazing. They never, you know, aren't going to judge you for making an effort. So I try and help people with that. And then I also do personal shopping, where we go to the shops. I go ahead of you. So I've had a really good chat with you, find out what it is you're looking for, whether it be your everyday life, work, whatever it is that you're looking for. And I go ahead, I pre-select the clothes, I have them waiting in the shop for you, and then we go straight to the changing room, try clothes on. And that takes approximately about 3 hours for a personal shop. And I've had a couple of clients lately, they're like, there is no way I'm staying in the shops for 3 hours. And so we don't have to, let's just see. And then it comes to 3 hours and they're like, it's gone already. So it's really, my aim is to keep it really fun for people. I would never want it to be a chore, and I want them to really feel great and walk out the door feeling confident at the end of it. That's the aim.
God, yeah. And you know, Sarah, I can just totally get that energy from you that you must be fantastic at that. I can imagine going shopping with you and you saying, you know, you're looking great in that, and really giving someone a confidence boost.
Well, also, I tell the truth. If I feel something isn't working for you, I will tell you and I'll explain why. Because the different shapes of clothing are massively important. So that when I do tell you, yes, it's working, like, believe me, because I you know, I am definitely telling the truth. Yeah.
I've learned that the hard way over the years as well. Just because you like the look of something on the hanger does not mean it's going to look good on you. And there's a sort of mustardy yellow colour that I love, but everything I've tried on, it just doesn't look right. I don't know why. You'd probably be able to say instantly why, but I love it, but I just don't look good in it. But you know, the more you've explained that though, Sarah, that sounds more like really an important service as opposed to sort of a luxury service. Like straight away I'm thinking, God, I could be doing with that. I've got a wardrobe full of stuff that's before twin pregnancy that's never going to fit again, let's face it. You know, I don't know what I'd need to do to get back into that, but I'm not going to do it. And yeah, just picking the same stuff out all the time definitely is a problem for me.
See what you just said there as well about, you know, pre-baby clothes. I don't always, like, people think I come in and chuck out all their clothes. I don't. I will get you to, if there's some clothes that you really like and they're not fitting you right now, you don't have to get rid of them. You can just put them in a bag and put them under your bed, or put them in a spare room, put them out of eyesight. You don't necessarily have to get rid of everything, because it was something that wasn't fitting you, and then in 10 years time it didn't, you'd be kicking yourself for getting rid of it, you know. So there's something, or in a year's time or whatever, there is something we'll keep, but just out of eyesight for now.
True. And you know, talking about that, there's a conversation I always remember with my sister. So my sister's 10 years older than me, and I remember years and years ago when I was maybe a late teenager having a denim jacket and having a wardrobe clear out and getting rid of the denim jacket, and I remember her saying, don't get rid of it because it'll come back. And I was like horrified at the thought, like, oh, I'll not wear that again. I'll never wear that again. I've got about 4 of them and in the cupboard under the stairs, 1 in the wardrobe upstairs. I wore 1 on my wedding day. I know, but I always remember that conversation with her, and it always sticks in my head, thinking it's, if you really love it, just keep a hold of it, because you never know. Yeah.
And things do come back in fashion. Like, they do come back in, like, more in a fresher way or with a twist. So I have an example. I have a spare room wardrobe that has dresses that I wore to, like, weddings and just really nice stuff. But I've got 3 daughters, so I'm like, I've kept them this long, I might as well keep them. And my daughter, who's almost 15, took a dress the other day that I wore when I was 21 to my mom's wedding. It's this amazing crochet dress that's totally back in fashion, and it fits her like a glove. Like,
oh, Sarah, I never even thought of that. I've got a little girl as well, and I never thought of that. Oh, do you know, you've got me thinking. There's a few there. I was gonna, perhaps Danae or I think I might just keep a hold of them. Yeah, that is so cute, because there's actually a dress I have that I wore like in one of John and I's early first dates long time ago now, and I love it. It's never going to fit again, and I'm fine with the fact that it'll never fit again. But I love it so much, and there's a lovely photo of John and I where I'm wearing it, and I wonder if I could maybe keep that then for Izzy.
Totally, because it won't take up much space. You know, you can get these vacuum bags and put them away, and it's definitely there's some things that are worth hanging on to, I think.
Wow, that is so cool. Thank you for that. And now I'm totally curious. How did you turn this into a business? Where did this start, and how did it become a business?
So, I've always loved clothes. I was that girl in my bedroom getting dressed up. Like when Clueless was came out, I was a teenager and I was like, and I wanted to like wear all these things, but I was never quite confident enough to go out the door in my town in Ireland wearing them. And I've always loved style and clothes. And I was talking to my mum about this the other day, and I remember for my confirmation when I was 12 in Ireland, wanting to wear this short trousers, or like a short suit. She was like, oh my, like, where did I get you from? And that was before the days of the internet, so she's trawling the shops, and I wore it and I loved it. We found one. So I've always loved it. And then my background was like very varied. I was an air hostess for many years, loved that, landing in New York. And that was back in the day when you'd get expenses and you'd land for food and keep you going. I was like, nah, I'm going to the shop. See you later. And then I was in sales for many years, which I loved. And then I had children and I moved to Scotland because my husband is Scottish. So I took a career break, and I started selling again before my third child was born, and I was selling jewellery. And then people just started asking me, could I come and look at their wardrobes? And I thought, oh my goodness, I can, but I feel like a fraud because I have no like qualifications behind me for this. So I went and I did a course with London College of Style, and that really gave me the confidence to just go for it. And I came back from that and got a website built and just put myself out there, went for it, and luckily and thankfully it's gone really well.
Incredible.
We had a tricky bump in the middle with the C word, which we won't mention, so that took a bit of recovering from, but back now and back in the shops and back in people's, and just love it. Oh, incredible. And it does seem like you're totally suited to this profession. It seems from what I can follow on you on Instagram, just like you're completely made for it. Yeah, you totally know what you're doing. Well, do you know, it's true what people say, like, you know, and I say that to my girls who are in high school now, you know, when you're that young, it takes a long time to figure out what you do. I didn't know that this was the possibility of a job when I was in school in Ireland. You know, it just didn't even cross my mind. So it took me a while to find it, but I love it.
And plus, it's not something that's encouraged in schools. I was actually speaking to someone on Instagram about that just this morning. I was actually asking for suggestions for topics for podcasts for season 2, going August onwards. And someone was talking about how self-employment, we need to talk to our young people about self-employment and having your own business and following your dreams and passions and whatnot and turning them into a career. And that was certainly nothing that was discussed with me when I was at school or any careers fairs.
Not.
I knew nothing about it. But I always, you know, as I started getting work and always had that, I wanted to try being my own boss. It was something I needed to try. I didn't know if I'd like it or not. Turns out I love it. And I have a feeling my daughter might want to go the same way.
That's amazing. It's like...
we need to talk about that to our young people, that is an option, and it's a bit like what you said at the start here about the personal styling service is not for the rich and famous. Self-employment isn't for, because I think if I do recall growing up, occasionally somebody's mum or dad might have their own business and they were quite wealthy and well off, and you thought, well, you know, that's why they've got their own business, but it's probably worked very, very hard in their business to get to that status.
Absolutely. It is. I mean, it's definitely hard work having your own business because you never switch off, but I love it. Yeah.
It's a hard balance, isn't it? That whole not switching off, but you're doing something you love and it doesn't always feel like work. So it is a hard balance. I found that this week actually, because I've been in a little holiday this week, and yeah, there was a few things I was committed to at work that I'd planned before the holiday came up because
Yeah.
it was quite last minute. So just trying to get that balance right. But it's hard because I enjoy it. It's not like, oh
Yeah.
God, I better check that email. It's like, I want to check, I want to
Well,
reply,
isn't
you
that
know.
amazing? Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
it
what it's
is.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're lucky.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So,
I love the
yeah.
way Scottish people say definitely, by the way.
Does it sound different? Definitely.
It's the one word that Scottish people say that I absolutely love. So,
I probably say it a
oh,
lot. How long have you lived in Scotland now then? Since your kids were
for
born?
14 years.
Yeah, oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool. You still
My
got your
husband
Irish
was Scottish.
accent.
I've just been home as well, which is great. So I got a good top up. Yeah.
Love it, love it. And
Yeah.
Scottish and Irish accents are two of the most loved around the world, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've found that whenever we travel,
Yeah.
people are quite fascinated by Scots and Irish accent.
Scottish accent is amazing. I love it. Yeah. And I think
Oh,
I sound the same as everybody here until I go home and I'm like, oh, actually, no, I sound quite different.
yes, yes, you've
Yeah,
got a
it's fun.
beautiful Irish accent.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, talking
Anyway.
about work,
Mhm.
and that we love working things, but then tying that in with style. So you touched on this as well, going back to work after any sort of period of break, whatever you know, if you were having kids or caring, whatever
Yeah.
you were doing is
Yeah.
difficult. But I certainly find it difficult just to know what to wear to work. And for me, work has either been out on a shoot. My shoots are all
Yeah.
very different. I can be
Yeah.
jumping around an abandoned building one day.
Yeah.
I can be in an immaculately clean yoga studio the next. I can be in an office.
Yeah.
Last week I was in a prescription skin clinic. So I
Oh,
can be in
wow.
very different places, but either way, I have to be comfy. I have to move around a lot. I'm
Yeah. It
up,
has to be
down.
practical for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, how do we decide what to wear to work? You know, is there a sort of rule book here or a guide or
No.
something that we can follow?
No, there really isn't.
No.
There's definitely not rules. I don't like rules.
Okay,
Real
good.
rules.
That's fine.
So throw that away. So it very much depends on your business, whether you're working in an office or like, so for example, somebody who's working on a desk and you is going to be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is it needs to be, I would say, comfortable. You need to be comfortable. You need to be representing you. Even if you're employed by somebody else and you're going to an office, you want to represent you as an individual. You know, you're not going to turn up in your active wear to an office and be taken seriously, you know. So you want to represent you as an individual, and you want to be true to your own style as well. So it's finding your personal style and what works for you. So let's take you, for example. So you're out and about, you're up and down, as you say, so it needs to be practical.
Yep.
You're not going to be wearing a dress, for example, I'd
No.
imagine.
No.
You'll end up tripping over it and,
Yeah.
you know.
And I did try
so-
it once last summer when it was very,
Yeah.
very hot. And I had a dress on and it was just a nightmare. Yep, exactly what you say. I was tripping over it, I was under it, I was over it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could probably wear a shorter one because then you wouldn't be tripping over it. But then if you're bending down, and you know, so it's probably not
Yep.
going to work for you. So you're going to want to wear something that represents you, so that when you arrive in the room, so say you're here today to take photographs of me, you know, I haven't met you before, so when you arrive straight away, people make up their minds about you.
Yeah.
And this is really cruel, but like within the first 3 seconds. So you want to represent your brand. So, well, you know, I guess it depends where you're going, but are you going to wear jeans and like a nice top? Are you going to wear collar? Are you going to wear, you could wear a cord? You know, there's lots of different things you can wear to feel smart, but also be comfortable. And I guess it depends on the environment you're going into as well.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, it's just different. You just have to take your own set of circumstances into account and
Yeah.
kind of prioritize your comfort, what you're going to be doing that day,
Yeah. Yeah.
who you're meeting.
I'll still wear dresses if I'm doing a wardrobe edit, but I won't wear a floor length maxi dress because I know I'll be tripping over it. I'll wear one that's maybe midi or like mid-axi, which is kind of between the calf and ankle. One that I know that when I'm getting up and down, because I'm doing wardrobe edits, you know, I'm lifting stuff down and on the floor, putting outfits together and taking photos and everything. So it needs to be practical, but I still want to feel smart. And
That's
I think
true.
as well, having less is more. So rather than having like all your clothes all jumbled together, having less is more, and then you can change it up with accessories. So I did a reel this morning with just a white dress on, and then I put different accessories with it to totally change it up. So one is a real holiday
and I'm just
look.
like in awe of that, because I just wouldn't know where to start. And I've got loads of nice jewellery and scarves and bits and bobs, and I never wear them. Like, I'm just like getting basics, like, face wash, hair tied back, dressed, out the door.
I would say, like, having really good basics and then adding your personality with whether a gilet, a cardigan, like necklace, hairbands, you know, there's little shoes, there's lots of different ways that you can then, so two people with very different styles could make a dress look completely different with what they add on top. And I would say jewellery is all about habit. You know, I feel naked without my earrings or my or something around my neck, because I'm just so used to wearing them every day. So it's real habit, just popping it on. And I think having something really simple, like I've only got 2 simple chains on today, like 2 delicate gold necklaces and a little pair of hoops. So they're really simple. They're not getting in my way, but they add something extra to an outfit. I would say accessories really elevate a look. Yeah.
Gosh, you're making me want to just go up and pull everything out. Have a look at everything. John's going to be like, oh no, what's just happened? I want to go upstairs and start pulling everything out.
Rip everything out. I know.
Yeah, you got me thinking there as well, when you're talking about dressing and showing your personality. So from a small business owner perspective, should we be dressing to represent us as an individual, our brand? Should we be dressing with the client that we're meeting that day in mind?
Well, so I think it's a bit of a mix. So I'll give you an example. I always dress up when I'm going to work, and then when I'm at home, like yesterday I was at home all day, I was with the kids, I was in denim shorts, white t-shirt, still had my jewellery on. But then if I'm going meeting a client in town, I will always wear something a bit smarter. So a dress, nice pair of trousers and a blouse, whatever. It varies all the time. But then I did a presentation in a solicitor's firm where I was presenting to them at lunch hour about dressing for your work environment. So I dressed a bit smarter myself as well that day because I was going into their work environment and I wanted to represent myself in a real professional way. But I still did it in a way that was true to myself. I would never go in and wear a suit with a white shirt and be all corporate, because that's not my personality. I wore a really nice pair of wide leg trousers, a nice satin cowl neck top, still had my jewellery on. So I was true to myself, but I definitely was a bit smarter that day.
So it's just about having your personalities within your wardrobe, but your casual personality, your smarter personality, your smart casual personality.
And I mean, it's such an individual thing, you know. And there is clothes that are too casual for certain environments, and I don't think you can ever be too dressed up. You'll never regret being overdressed, but you may regret being underdressed, is something that I always kind of would say. It does depend on your environment. And if you're representing yourself and you're self-employed, I do think it's important to do that in a way that's true to you, and I guess make a little bit of an effort without losing who you are and feeling uncomfortable. You know, if I could come into you now and I'd say, right, so you're on a shoot tomorrow, wear these really smart trousers and this smart blouse, and you put it on, you'd be like, oh my God, this isn't me at all. You know, so you do have to be true to yourself at the same time. So another good example is if you were to Google a capsule wardrobe and say there's 12 items that every woman must have in their wardrobe. I don't have half that stuff because it's not my style at all. So a crisp white shirt would be one of the things that they say every woman should have. I would never wear that.
Yeah. And same for me with 3-year-old twins. White's not going to, within seconds, that would have something on it from the kids, a handprint or, whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
So my take on a white shirt would be, first of all, it would be probably more an ecru or an ivory. I have one that has like lace panels up here. It's got gold thread around the neck. It's got like puff sleeves. And that's my version of a white shirt. And that I wear all the time. So I'll dress up a pair of smart trousers with it. I'll wear it with denim. You know, I wear it with skirts. So having those items that you love and you feel really good in, and then wearing them in different ways is your
because I have
a total tangent.
Oh, tangents are very very welcome on this podcast. Please carry on, it's fantastic to hear. But I've seen the capsule wardrobe, a few things, because it probably is a dream of mine to just have 12 things so that I'm not like overwhelmed with what to choose. And I've got my kind of day-to-day stuff when I've got the kids with me. I've got shoot things based on where I'm going. I know if I need to be a bit smarter, that's probably the outfit. You've definitely got me thinking. Yeah, I've gone off on a tangent now. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Another thing you kind of mentioned, I hope I'm not jumping forward here, was like when people are getting their photographs taken for their brand.
Yeah, so that's something definitely want to touch on next, because that's definitely one of the first questions I get asked. Guess if someone's got a brand shoot booked already or thinking about booking one, one of the biggest things I think I get asked most often is, should they wear their brand colours? And I remember having one lady having a brand shoot, and her brand colours were lilac and white, and she was like, I just don't know if I suit lilac, or if I've even got anything lilac, and I don't want anyone going out to buy a whole bunch of things in their brand colours they're never going to wear again. And I wasn't sure how to answer that one. At the same time, in my brand shoot guide, I do talk about not clashing terribly with your brand, if your brand coloured is muted neutrals, neon colours are probably going to look a bit off. I'm never sure the guidance to give there, so I would love to hear your take on that, Sarah, for a brand shoot.
So I would say for that customer of yours who is lilac and white, and if her website's going to be quite lilac and white, she wants to stand out but not massively, so a colour like green, so I've got my greens here, a colour like green would complement the purples. And if they're lilac and white, they're quite muted tones, so she's probably not going to want something like you said, like a neon, or that totally takes away from her nice soft branding. When I did my website, I wanted very much for what I was wearing to do the talking, and red is very much my colour. So I wanted my website to be all white, and I was then, imagine if I wore white against a white website. That wouldn't work at all. So when you click on my website, I'm wearing a bright red floral dress. And that's representing me as an individual. Because it's such a personal service as well. That's the way I went. And then so my website's pretty much black and white, but then all my photographs are really colourful.
And that gives you a lot of leeway to change if you want, because you can get your shoot redone in different colours and give it a shake up. Yeah,
exactly. So with colour, there's like a lot of psychology behind colour as well, and it's fascinating. I could talk about colour all day long. That's why I decided to wear red as well today, because red is a real energetic colour. It's a real confident colour. So you've got the reds, the oranges, the yellows. They've got real long wavelength of colour, so they're real energy colours. So I guess it depends on the service you're offering and how confident you are in colour. So if you don't wear red day to day, or you've never worn red, don't then wear it for your photo shoot, because you're going to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I do say that in my guide. It's not the time to be trying anything brand new with hair, makeup or clothes. Yeah, because absolutely. A bit like what you were saying, the best photographs are when the people are comfortable, and you can really see that, and if people are getting in position, how will I sit? I'm like, just get comfy. That's the best way. You'll look your best if you're comfy, and I guess that's the same with clothes.
Anytime I've got my photos taken, the best ones are when I'm like jumping off walls or
having fun. Messing. Yeah.
So if I have to like that, just sit in a certain way, I go,
Yep.
oh.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're so aware of your limbs and your fingers, and
Yeah, so true. But I would happily do a photo shoot head to toe in red, you know, because that is a colour that I feel really confident wearing. But you're not going to walk out the door head to toe in red unless you're confident and happy in it.
Yeah.
So I would say, look at what's your business, you know, what's the background of the photo? Is the background just white? Can you then, you then wouldn't wear just a white top? I would also say, if they want the photos to last for like a good few years, to not wear anything that was too kind of trending, I suppose, because then they would date quicker. What else? I'd say colours that complement their branding and them as a person is probably the most, especially if they're self-employed. So because of my job, because it's styling, because it's about clothes and style, I can go a bit wild with what I wear because I feel confident. But then you could get somebody who's a life coach who's confident weering all that as well, and they can go for it, you know. And you also have to think about your customers and what is, you know, because if somebody looks at a photo of you on your Instagram or on your website or wherever, they need to be able to relate to you, I think.
Yep.
If you're offering a service that's personal.
Yeah, absolutely. And everything we do should be for our ideal client. We should always be thinking about what they want to see, what's going to be relatable for them.
Yeah.
And so you said about complement your brand colours. So would you say complement rather than wear those colours?
You could wear those colours as well.
I think so?
I guess it depends on what the colours of the brand is.
And whether that's something that you're comfortable in and suits you. A lot of people choose
I guess if people have chosen them as brand colours, they probably like them already, don't they?
Yeah. But then,
said, if that
whether you be comfortable wearing that is another thing, isn't it? Yeah.
So if that lady had lilac and white or lilac and cream? Yeah.
White.
If she then wore lilac, she would just get lost amongst that branding.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she? Yeah. So I think something like, you know, depending on what colour green she suits, you know, a colour that. Hang on, I'll get. Actually, purple and red are gorgeous together. Yeah, let me just get the lilac-y here. So if you have like that lilac colour, and then you were to put, you know, the green, that would look really nice. Or depending on the business and what red suits them, you know, the red and purple. Sorry now for people who are listening and can't see the video, but red and purple are amazing.
Not at all. There is a video version available. I will upload this to YouTube and I'll include the link in the show notes so we can find it.
There's another thing as well. You've got the colour wheel.
Right, so talk to us about the colour analysis service then, Sarah. I'm totally fascinated with the colour analysis, how that works.
It's amazing. So quickly, just on the branding thing, you have colours next to each other, complement one another, or colours across the colour wheel. Also, it's like complementary, they contrast but work together. So red and green, people say, should never be seen except in an Irish beauty queen. Nonsense.
Are we just all about breaking rules here?
Absolutely. The purple and yellow or the blue and yellow, you know, there's lots of colours that work together. I'm going to quickly show you about colour. Again, this will work better on camera, but I'll talk through it as well. So how I do colour analysis is by season. So my aim is to get you in a season. So we've got winter and summer, which are cool skin tones. And then we have spring and autumn, which are warm skin tones. You want to get the colours that really complement you. So when I'm doing colour analysis, I'm looking for colours that give you a really even skin tone. Any colours that highlight any circles under our eyes, any fine lines or wrinkles, not for us. Any colours that make us look patchy, then that's not for us. And if a colour, for example, if you'd be like, oh, that's a really nice yellow jumper. Oh, that's Sarah. Then you know that colour's not for you as well, because you're seeing the colour before they see you. So I'm going to show you green as an example. Now, I'm slightly cheating because I've got makeup on and I'm sitting with the light and my face from the window. So if I do color analysis, I love natural light. I want to be sitting just as I am. But I do ask people to wear as little makeup as they're comfortable to wear, because it's always better natural skin. So this is the winter green. It's going to like fall off this top now, which a lot of people like this color. And if you're scared of color, it can be a good alternative to black, because it's a color without being too in your face. Then we have an autumn green, which is absolutely awful on me. I really don't like this color on me at all. Yeah.
I must admit, now that you've said that, you looked kind of warmer with the darker green.
Okay, and then you've got the spring green. Okay, and then we've got summer, which is a pale. So there's a lot of white saturation behind that. So this color doesn't work for me at all. This is the type of color, it's like the pastel colors, and you can really see it. So as I go through, I do every color with my clients, and there's always one color that's like, oh wow, that's amazing on you. So I always find the wow color. And as we go through, so there could be the greens, they'll actually they all look okay on you, none of them look bad, but there'll be one color and you're like, the person will be like, take that off me, that looks awful, or I absolutely love that one. So you'll just see the difference between the green, pale green, which has a lot of white behind it, and the brighter green, which is a bit more vibrant, suits my skin tone a lot better.
You can see how it changes your skin tone.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And then also, so I look at the skin tone primarily, and then hair and eyes, because it needs to all work. So then if we look
at
this
is without makeup, you were saying you would do this? Without makeup?
Yeah, or as little makeup as you know, if somebody has a little bit of makeup on, it's okay. But I don't have much makeup on today, so I'd be doing it. But if somebody's like got a lot of foundation on, then it's hard for me to see their true skin color, so it's better without. So then the bright green versus the khaki green, you know, again, you can see the bright green is a lot more vibrant on me. It almost makes me look like really healthier and more radiant, whereas then this one, now this is where I break the rules. Okay. So in summer I like wearing khaki jacket, I like wearing like a camouflage army jacket, and I won't let it stop me that I because it's this color. So what I will do is, I know that gold jewelry suits me better than silver, so I'll have my gold jewelry on, I'll keep it open, so I won't have it like right up here next to my face. I'll wear a color underneath that I know suits me better. So there's ways to wear colors. And I was thinking you suited the really dark green, the first green. No. What's your thoughts? No, I don't. Well, if I had to compare that one or that one, the vibrant one is nicer, but I think you suit the dark green. But then this is where we need a Sarah to say no. You're the best friend service that'll say nope, that is not a good look. I'm just going to show you the difference between a pink, a spring coral pink, and a or actually no, do you know what? I won't. I'm going to show you the red, because that's actually better. So this is a spring red. So this bright. Oh, I love that. I'm so happy in this color. It's my favorite. And then a more muted summer red. Like you can really, I feel like you can see that a lot between the two. Wow. So it's going through all the colours. Something. And then also, if people don't like wearing bright colours, that's fine also. I find your neutrals, so the best, whether it's navies, blacks, the shade of navy, camels, browns. So yeah, there's lots of possibilities with all the colours. And have you seen any sort of consistencies? Have you seen that there's any sort of one or two colours that most people do suit, or is everyone just completely different? Everybody's different. Yeah. Everybody's different. There is probably, I would say, more people in Scotland, UK are warm skin toned. So I would say springs and autumns are more, not common, but I see more springs and autumns than winters are really, so like Angelina Jolie kind of complexion, like really pale, really strong, striking features. But yeah, it's
Gosh, not like me today. I'm having, for when this does go on YouTube, I'm having a reaction to some sort of skincare here, which is why I'm completely makeup free and bright red cheeks this morning.
I don't think you
it's
look
a tad
bad
warm.
at all. Honestly. Oh,
And and the colour analysis thing, is that something that has to be done in person, or could it be done online?
yeah, in person.
In person,
Some people do it online, but I prefer to do it in person because I don't think you can get a true reading behind a camera because colours look different. Always better in person. Yeah.
Yeah. And where are you based, Sarah, in Scotland?
I'm in East Lothian.
Okay.
But I do work kind of all over East Lothian, West Lothian, Edinburgh, but also happy to travel to Glasgow. I've done some work through there.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Excellent.
Or wherever.
Wherever you're needed, yep. A bit like myself, happy to travel. So I think that's been really helpful, especially for the brand shoot. Well, in fact, we've covered loads there, just in general, day-to-day wear, but particularly for our clients who are listening today who will be small business owners and what to wear to work, what to wear if you're thinking of having a brand shoot, if you've got a brand shoot coming up. And that's really something that this will help me help them.
I think the main thing to remember for people who are having their brand shoots done, they're self-employed, is not to panic, be true to yourself and wear something that you're comfortable in. As you said, don't go and spend a fortune on new clothes and try to be somebody that you're not, because people will love you for who you are, and you're offering your brand and yourself as a service. So just represent yourself as yourself and how you are.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that's the best advice. Yeah. And I was just thinking there, as a kind of recap, then that is probably the best advice in photography and for what you're wearing. Make sure you're comfortable. It's not the time to be trying anything brand new. Make sure you're comfortable and that you're showing up in the way that you want to be seen, depending on what how best your ideal client's going to relate to you. For your shoot, and certainly a message from me: we're going to have fun in your brand shoot. Like, I promise, there'll be a good laugh. We're going to have a laugh. It's nothing to worry about. We always start our brand shoot sessions it's all about the client getting warmed up, me getting warmed up, and then before you know it, they're strutting around and they're talking about their next shoot, and it's great. It's great fun. It really is. Yeah.
Oh, well, you must be really good at your job if you're making people feel that comfortable.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. I enjoy it. And again, that's from me. I enjoy it. You can see that I enjoy it. I got feedback from a client yesterday who said she had a brand membership, so that's 2 shoots a year, that each time just felt like a day out with a friend. We just chatted, and there was photos I was taking when I showed her them in the gallery. She was like, when did that? I don't even recall that photo being taken, because we're not necessarily setting things up. We're chatting, we're having fun, we're getting to know each other, and I'm just doing my job in the background, which I love. So again, with clothes and your job, if you enjoy it and you're comfortable doing it, it goes a long way, doesn't it? To getting good results. Excellent. So is there any other advice you'd like to give us, just in general, or to do with work, or anything at all, any sort of top tips for us when it comes to choosing our outfits and showing up as our best selves?
If you are still working from home and you are doing a lot of video calls with people, try and wear colour. That's my tip. Yes, because if you wear white or black, you can just kind of disappear.
That's true.
You wear a bit of colour, then and you're speaking, you just have a bit more presence.
Excellent. That's a good tip. Thank you. I'm trying to think what I've got. Colour. I read about dopamine dressing recently. Dressing for that really hit. And I seen a really lovely pair of green trousers, lime green trousers, when I was out recently, and I just bought them. Just went for it. And I love them, and the kids love them as well. My little boy keeps asking, "Are you going to wear your green trousers?"
I love that. But you know what? Like, that's what I said. You can't go out the door head to toe in red and feel sorry for yourself for the day. Like, you mean business when you're walking out that door. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a fancy item. I've got a lovely cord at the moment, which is a linen mix, wide leg crop trousers and a little top, and I love it. And as well, if you were to put on like a yellow jumper and just a pair of jeans and you walk out, like, it gives you a
it does, doesn't it? And what you mentioned at the start, you worry about being overdressed, and I find that particularly having lived in west of Scotland all my life, there's a lot of who does she think she is sort of mentality, and you don't want to get above your station, everyone likes to stay in their lane. So if you are going a bit above and beyond, a lot of people would worry that people will be thinking, who does she think she is? But we just need to go over that. If you want to feel good.
Totally. Because do you ever think that about anybody?
No, I know. No, if anything, you'd just be like, God, she looks great. Exactly. I wonder where she got that from.
Exactly.
And if anything, you might spur someone on who's been feeling a bit in the rut with their clothes to think, do you know what, I'm going to wear that red dress next week.
Totally.
So you're doing a public service if you get yourself feeling good and dressed up and out there. Before you know it, we'll all be doing the same thing.
That's it. Spread it. It's like magic. Let's spread it everywhere.
Oh. So where can we find you, Sarah? If anyone listening wants a bit more information or wants to work with you, where can we find you?
So my website is sarahthomsonstyle.com. Very original. I tried to come up with like a really clever brand name, and I was like,
tell me about it.
I am myself, so I'm just using my
name. I've gone down that route too.
There's no P in Thompson.
Okay.
And Instagram is a good way to get in touch with me. So again, I'm just Sarah Thomson Style. So if you just Google Sarah Thomson Style, I generally pop up in a red dress.
You'll pop up, yeah. Absolutely. And I love following your Instagram because you're always putting, like this morning, the white dress, but with lots of different variations of wearing it. The loved you had some nice pink and red Adidas on, and they looked fab with that. Yeah. So
I kind of got slightly obsessed with those trainers and found them on Vinted because they sold out everywhere. And I, as I've said a million times, I love red, and I knew that I would wear them with so much in my wardrobe. Actually, that's another top tip. When you're buying something, look at different ways you can wear it and think of 3 occasions that you'll wear it immediately. And if you can't figure out when you're going to wear it, send it back.
Yeah.
I think skirts are the biggest culprit. People buy a skirt because they love it and they never wear it because they don't know how to wear it. So try and figure it out in the shop. Try and Pinterest or something. Try and give yourself some inspiration. So that's always when I buy something. So that dress I bought, and I was like, I'll wear it on holidays, I'll wear it at home. I knew I'd wear it low. And again, it's just a simple white dress, but I'm adding different things to make it me.
Your style to it. Yep. And shoes, actually, we didn't touch on shoes. I've just mentioned the trainers you were wearing this morning, which was actually the first thing that caught my eye. And I mentioned that sort of mustard yellow colour that I love, but I just don't seem to suit. I remember trying a jacket on. I loved it, and it just didn't look right on me at all. But I do have a mustard and blue pair of New Balance trainers, which I love. So I feel like that colour that I love, I can wear them in shoes.
Keep it away from your
can't
feet.
seem to wear them up top. So what about shoes? Just before we finish up, where do shoes fit in amongst all of this?
Let me quickly touch on mustard. Mustard is a real autumnal colour. So if you're not in autumn season, then it's not going to suit you. But keeping it away from your face can be a way to wear it. So shoes are massively important. I honestly think in Scotland you can't have enough shoes and jackets and coats. Because first of all, it's all you see for 6 months of the year of your outfit. So if you've got a smart coat on, it could be as simple as like a nice wool coat. If it's not raining, wear the wool coat. Could just be a white t-shirt or a plain jumper and a pair of denims and trainers, but you'll look smarter. So I think it's good to have, I do have quite a few pairs of shoes, but I do tend to wear them. I've got lots of trainers. I've got white trainers. I've got those red and pink ones now. I've got... Oh my goodness, what else do I have? I've got lots of trainers. I've got like New Balance, but they're blue, red and yellow.
Nice.
So again, you can just wear something really simple, but the pop of colours from your footwear. And then I like to have my Birkenstocks. Love my Birkenstocks in the summer.
Yep.
I've got white in them because they're quite neutral, but I also like a metallic. And I've got a tan sandal, again, because it's a really good neutral to go with if I've got bright colours on my outfit. And then in winter, I think it's good to have a good pair of boots. So I've got Doc Marten Chelsea type boots, fleecy lined. They're for my beach walks, and I live in them. And then I've also got a pair of like black hiker style boots, which for the winter.
And I hope you've got a good pair of wellies. for living in
I don't
Scotland.
like wearing wellies.
Really?
I bought a pair of hunter wellies when I moved here, and I don't really like wearing them.
How have you managed 14 years in Scotland without a pair of wellies?
I don't know.
Mine's are good for
I'd
dog
rather
walks
wear,
in particular,
I'd
because
just
we walk a
rather
lot
a
through the
nice
long grass.
pair of like leather boots or waterproof boots that, I find just,
Yeah.
I just find wellies really uncomfortable. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, I just don't like wearing them, so I don't.
Oh, fair enough. And that's what it's all about, what you're comfortable in. I
Absolutely.
think if we've drawn anything from this conversation, it's about to wear what you're comfortable in. So yeah, don't be wearing it if you're not
Yeah,
comfortable in it, because it will
yeah,
show.
totally.
And life's too
It
short
shows if you're
to be
wearing something.
uncomfortable.
Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing worse than going out and like feeling like you're having to fix yourself all the time.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yep.
you want to just, comfort and it's key, isn't it?
Relax. Excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah, for your time. That's been a
Oh, thank
wonderful
you for having
conversation.
me.
I've got lots out of it. I can't wait to listen again with my notepad, actually. I will definitely be taking notes on this one. And I'm just going to go upstairs just now and see what I've got in colour and try it on.
Oh, fab. So,
See if
you
I
know
can
what?
even out my pink cheeks.
Well, if you're unsure, like with that mustard, hold it up next to your face and
Yeah,
actually see what is it doing.
I've never done that. Yep.
Yeah.
So if you're getting
Is
into
it
the changing room,
highlighting?
take a couple of things in and just, because you're just holding that up, I could see the change and I'm not in any
Yeah.
way got this trained
Yeah.
eye for that, but I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Excellent.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like a pattern. This actually I got in
That's lovely.
the market at Notting Hill when we were in London last year. That was a little Notting Hill purchase. I like the
Amazing.
sleeves on it. So yeah, and it's nice and cozy.
I
Without
love a
being too
purchase
warm.
like that. That
Yeah.
is different, and not
Yeah.
everybody will have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So I love this. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that now, holding things up and seeing how they look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having
Yep.
me.
So all the details are here where we can find Sarah, and all the details will be in the show notes as well. So go and find her. If you're looking for style inspiration, I highly recommend following on Instagram, because every day I open it up, Sarah pops up in a red dress and shows me what can be done. Shows me what can be done with the simplest of outfits. And this is the thing about social media as well, and staying top of mind. So if Sarah only showed up like once a month, it probably wouldn't be on my mind. But the fact that I see you daily or every other day on Instagram,
Oh, do you? Okay, that's good to know.
yeah, definitely. And it gets
sure.
me thinking then.
Yeah.
It gets me thinking then. I might just put a little more thought into what I'm going to wear today. And even if it is a day I've got the kids and I know we're going to soft play and then we're meeting
Yeah.
other kids or whatever, I'm going to be jumping around
Yeah.
the swing park, I can still put something on even up top. I might need to be very comfy down
Yeah.
bottom for climbing and whatnot, whatever
Yeah.
I'm doing that day with 2-3-year-olds, but I can put a nice bright pop of colour to make me feel good up top.
Yeah, it could
Or
be
maybe start
like
wearing some jewellery. And when you show
it
up on
could be a
Instagram reminding
simple-
me of that all the time, it's great.
Yeah. It could be as simple as like a nice pair of jeans, a nice t-shirt, a simple necklace, and then like it could be a white t-shirt, denim, and then like a nice little jacket or cardigan. So simple. Keep
Yeah.
it really simple. Or it could be a nice little like nice pair of wide leg trousers, nice t-shirt, again a necklace makes huge difference. And it could be then your colourful trainers,
Yes.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And you've got me thinking as well, even if I do just fancy having a day where it's an oversized jumper and some comfy leggings, because that's how I'm feeling that day. I think as women, we know we are cyclical and there are times of the month when you just want to just be comfy and
Totally,
cozy.
and that's okay.
But then I can pop on a nice headband or some different jewellery to just make me feel a bit more like me while I'm just, sometimes I just want my clothes to be a hug.
Yeah,
Just to be nice
totally.
and cozy.
Do you know what? One of the things I bought, sorry, I will stop talking soon.
Oh, not at all. I'm the same.
At the start of every season, I switch out my summer, winter wardrobes, and at the start of every season, I look at what I have and I decide whether I actually need to buy anything or not, because I don't buy things just like on a whim usually. And one of the things I really wanted this year was a colourful sweatshirt, so that when I was wearing my just navy leggings, that I had a sweatshirt I could put on that I felt really good in. So I walked into Anthropology, saw this red sweatshirt, absolutely loved it. It was oversized, and I mean, I've worn that countless times on days when I'm just at home and I'm in, and like if I'm going to the gym or whatever, just in navy leggings, red sweatshirt, nice pair of trainers, and I feel put together but still super comfy.
Yeah. how on earth do you switch out your wardrobes living in Scotland, where in July it has been more autumn than summer? I would love to do that, but I'm still got jumpers kicking around because it's quite chilly some days.
But see, like the real chunky woolen jumpers, you're not going to wear them in summer.
Yeah,
so I packed them away months ago. And the really summery dresses, I'm not going to wear in winter, so they all get packed away. So there is stuff that they, like my jeans, stay in all year round. But there's definitely dresses that are winter summer. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there are some things you definitely could put away, like the thicker things. Yeah. Because just now mine just seems like a whole jumble because the season's just not. There's not been a definite summer yet.
Yeah.
We're still hopeful near the end of July here, but. There's only been a handful. No, yeah, okay, fingers crossed. But I'll keep my rain jacket handy just in case.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You can have so I have a winter coat, like my big Didrikson winter coat, and I had a fabulous Uniqlo puffer this year. But I couldn't wait to pack them away. And then for summer, I have a bright coral raincoat.
Wow. And is that something you look forward to, changing your wardrobe out for the seasons?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to pack away my winter clothes.
See, yeah, I know. It is something we can have a lot of fun with, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And
you've got me thinking.
New clothes again, because you haven't seen them for 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. Lots to think about there, Sarah, for work, for day-to-day stuff. Thank you so much. I hope everyone else is coming away. I'm coming away feeling a bit excited about going looking at my wardrobe and see what I've got on. I might just go and change my top and tag you on Instagram and tell me what you think. I might do a little hold up. Going to approach it all differently now, all differently. So Sarah, as much as I would love to chat all day, I'm sure you've got places to be and things to do. So thank you so much for your time. As I say to everyone, pleasure. To everyone listening, you can find Sarah's details will all be in the show notes of this episode, so do go and check them out. And feel free to tag us if you're doing the little hold up challenge on Instagram. I'd love to see.
Yeah, definitely. Will do. Just giving me an idea. Thank you.
Yeah, there you are. Right, take care, Sarah. Thank you.
Talk to you later. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.